The more shots you get, the more you destroy your immune system and the faster that happens. And it's anticipated, the German data says that by the end of 2022, every fully vaccinated person over the age of 30 may have the equivalent of full-blown vaccine-induced immune-suppressed AIDS.
Dude, I love watching people's predictions fall flat. It's so fantastic. It's like a hobby for me. So, first of all, I've never heard of this vaccine-induced AIDS thing. HIV is human immunodeficiency virus, and that virus causes AIDS, much like the coronavirus causes COVID, to my knowledge. That's kind of how it works. So AIDS is acquired immune deficiency syndrome. To my knowledge, that has never happened to somebody from vaccines, gotten AIDS from vaccines. What is she talking about? This person is an equivalent to a doctor, by the way. Insane. And also, she says the German data. What German data? Whose German data? What German did this? There's no evidence presented here. She just says the German data. This is just weasel words out the wazoo right now. Okay, so what does the German data say?
That by the end of 2022, every fully vaccinated person over the age of 30 may...
Yeah, look, sounds like she just picked a whole bouquet of oopsie daisies there, huh? The end of 2022. Well, we are now years past that, and it still hasn't happened. I eat this up, dude. This is sustenance to me, watching people fail miserably. I love this. That's not the only one she did. She had another prediction for 2023, believe it or not. I want to talk about her a little bit, though. Just kind of give you an idea of the type of person she is. I don't know if you guys remember this, but forever ago, I've actually covered her before, but I figured it's worth going through her repertoire one more time. A while back in when COVID was happening originally, I'm sure people probably remember the claims that we would be magnetic because there were like magnetized whatevers in the COVID thing and sticking keys to your body and all that stuff. Yeah, that was Sherry Tenpenny.
Because right now we're all kind of hypothesizing. I mean, what is it that's actually being transmitted that's causing all of these things? Is it a combination of the protein, which now we're finding has a metal attached to it? I'm sure you've seen the pictures all over the internet of people who've had these shots and now they're magnetized.
Seriously. This is so entertaining. I love it to death. Obviously, nobody was magnetized. That is simply absurd.
They can put a key on their forehead. It sticks. They can put spoons and forks all over them, and they can...
Look at this in the background. Look closely. You see this? Look, people are nodding their heads, agreeing with her. Look at this. Who showed up to this, like, meeting or whatever it is?
Shots, and now they're magnetized. They can put a key on their forehead. It sticks. They can put spoons and forks all over them, and they can stick because...
This is absurd. This is so ridiculous. I don't even know what to do with it. If you think that's ridiculous, that's not even the craziest thing that this person has said. Just wait. There's more. Quick interjection. This won't take long. If you like what I do, I'd appreciate it if you watch the video to the end. YouTube bases video reach off of watch time, so watching even an extra minute makes the video go further. Liking and subscribing goes a long way too. Finally, it would be awesome if you guys checked out my Patreon. All links are in the description, of course. Okay, back to the video. Okay, check out this next prediction. We've got a whole row of predictions to go through that are failed. And they get crazier as we go. So check this one out. This one is from 2023, late January 2023.
Now we're seeing the tsunami of deaths that I've been talking about since the beginning of 21.
We're seeing a tsunami of deaths? I must have missed it.
Millions of people are going to die. You know, when Judy Mikovits came out on Plandemic at the beginning of that and said that...
Oh my God. Plandemic, if you're unfamiliar, I watched the whole episode, like the whole video on my Unfiltered channel, and it was insane. It was propaganda from beginning to end. It was all about how the deep state planned to infect people with this virus and blah, 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 you know.
That more than 50 million people are going to die, and everybody was like, whoa.
More than 50 million people are going to die. Not from COVID, from the vaccine. That was the claim. More than 50 million people are going to die from the vaccine. From Plandemic.
And when they started interviewing me and asked me what did I think about that number, I said it's way too low. It's going to be much more than 50 million people in America alone.
Okay, the United States is made up of about 325 million people, give or take. So she's saying, what's that percentage? It's 15%. She says 15% of the United States is going to die. In 2023, I guess, is what she's saying, right? Because this is January 2023 when this video came out. And here we are at the end of 2023. We're in 2024 now. And what happened? Did 15% of the country die from the vaccine? Of course not.
And we're already starting to see it.
We're already starting to see it.
So the tsunami of deaths is coming. It's already here. And I believe that what's happening now and is starting to happen now is the tsunami of regret.
I don't regret it. Oh, by the way, in the opener, the intro video, she said, anybody over the age of 30 who's fully vaccinated by the end of, I think she said 2022, would have AIDS. I am over 30. I'm fully vaccinated, and it's 2024. So, yeah. Oh, and I don't have AIDS. So that's a plus. There's no tsunami of regret. I don't regret getting the vaccine at all. I'm glad that I got it. It probably saved me from serious pain and trouble. Quick note before we continue, I'm writing a book about my experiences inside the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses. I cover the culture and doctrine. It's understandable even if you know literally nothing about the religion, so I'd appreciate if you gave it a read. To find out more, go to owenmorgan.com/book. All links are in the description, of course. Okay, back to the video. I got COVID. I've had it a few times now, and I actually lost my sense of smell, and it was seriously a nightmare. You don't know what it's like to lose a sense like that until it's gone. It's really, really terrible. It came back within a few days, but man, was it scary. If I wasn't going to have my sense of smell, my whole world was going to be different. Imagine how much worse it would have been if I hadn't gotten vaccinated. The vaccine saved countless lives, and she is propagandizing against it.
Of the people that fell for the lies, your friends and family members and parents and children and all they did to your grandchildren just could not be told otherwise.
All they did to your grandchildren.
But now that people are dying like flies, I mean, my business partner has 83 close people in his life that have died.
83 people? Do you even know 83 people personally? What are you talking about? I think that there's a limit on how many people you can personally know. I forget what the limit is, but it's somewhere in the 40s or something like that, I think. I forget what the limit is. It's significantly lower than 83.
83. It's the beginning. And I predict that by the end of this year...
Wait, so why did it... She says it's the beginning. 2023, January 2023 is when this was filmed. Why did it start in 2023, this tsunami of deaths caused by the vaccine? Why didn't it start when the vaccine came out, which is in 2020, right? Okay, no. So January 2021, temporary authorization was granted for the Moderna vaccine. So yeah, it was right at the end of Trump's term is when the vaccine came out, and then Biden handled the rollout. Why didn't all of this start in 2021 or 2022? Why at the end of 2023 is there some tsunami of deaths?
Beginning. And I predict that by the end of this year, every person in this room and every person listening behind here is going to know a minimum of 5, probably 10 or more close friends and family members that have died from these shots.
I don't know a single person who has died from the vaccine. In fact, I don't know of anybody who knows of anybody who's died from the vaccine or who has had ill effects from the vaccine even. Negative reactions are exceedingly rare. I mean, sure, every vaccine has its risks, just like every medicine has, possible allergies and things like that. But it's so minimal, so ridiculously low, the percentage chance that you will have a negative side effect from this, that it's effectively zero. For all intents and purposes, it's affecting nearly nobody. COVID, on the other hand, COVID is affecting people negatively. The vaccine saved countless lives, and she's out here propagandizing about it. It's just insane. Like I said, it just gets crazier with this person. I wanted to talk about Stella Emanuel also. She's another doctor, quote unquote, who has a medical degree, if she's to be believed. From my understanding, both Tenpenny and Stella Emanuel do have medical degrees. They're both propagandizing about the vaccines, even to this day, like right now, and having failed prediction after failed prediction. So check this one out. This one is this is Tenpenny showing up on Stu Peters' show. If you're unfamiliar with Stu Peters, he's just unglued from reality. This dude is insane. I'll just give you a little bit of insight into him. Most Christians or most evangelical extremists are in favor of Israel because they think Israel needs to exist for Jesus to come back and so on and so forth, right? Well, this guy hates Jews. And for that reason, hates Israel. And he's open about it, too. He's also a flat earther. Absolutely insane. I don't like what Israel is doing as a government, as a country right now. But to take a step into hating Jews like that, like, oh my God, dude, that's insane. Okay, check it out. This is with Stu Peters, late January 2022.
Stated goal is to depopulate the planet, and the ones that are left either make them chronically sick or turn them into transhumanist cyborgs that can be controlled by and manipulated externally.
A doctor. She has a medical degree. She's not an MD. I think she's a DO or something, but it's an equivalent. It's a doctor equivalent, basically. And she's saying that they're trying to turn people into transhumanist cyborgs. Really. And trying to depopulate the planet. Why would they try to do that? Higher populations are beneficial to countries. Russia is paying people to have children because they need a population boom. It improves their economy. It improves any economy. That's why I'm like so baffled that people are opposed to immigrants coming into the United States. It improves an economy. It makes it stronger. Why would anybody want to depopulate the planet?
By 5G, by magnets, by all sorts of things. Now, I got dragged through the mud by the mainstream media when I said that in May of last year in front of
It's because it's crazy.
The House Committee in Columbus. Well, guess what? It's all true.
No, it isn't.
It's all true. They talk, the whole issue of quantum entanglement and what these shots do in terms of the frequencies and the electronic frequencies that come inside of your body and hook you up to the Internet of Things, the quantum entanglement that happens immediately after you're injected. And
I told you it was going to get crazier. Here we are. We're in crazy land now.
You get hooked up to what they're trying to develop. It's called the hive mind, and they want all of us there as a node and as an electronic avatar.
Somebody made this up, right? Who came up with this? Who do you think was sitting around saying to themselves, I think they're trying to create a hive mind and turn us into electronic avatars. And I think that they're trying to connect us to the Internet of Things and control us and depopulate us and blah, 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 blah. Who was sitting in their chair one day dreaming this up? And how did it reach these nutter butters?
As a node and as an electronic avatar.
So we're going to exist as a node and electronic avatar.
That is an exact replica of us, except it's an electronic replica.
That actually sounds awesome. Does that mean like I can live forever? Just put my brain in this electronic world? That'd be fantastic. I love everything about it. Yes, let's do it.
It's not our God-given body that we were born with. And all of that will be running through the metaverse that they're talking about.
Oh my God, dude. This is when Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse thing was popping off. This is just insane.
All of these things are real, Stu, all of them. Yeah. And it's happening right now. It's not some science fiction thing happening out in the future. It's happening right now in real time.
Yeah. No, it wasn't then, and it's not now. And it is simply insane to me that anybody would believe this. That she has the apple bag to come out here and claim that it's happening. When called on a blatant, flat-out lie, people like Sherry Tenpenny can just say, well, I simply disagree. I think you're wrong. I'm just operating off of a different set of facts than you. When they're shown incontrovertible evidence that they are incorrect about a subject, they simply say, oh, I just don't believe that. I just don't trust your source. I think I'm right, and I think you're wrong. It's crazy. Okay, Stella Emanuel, if you don't know her, I want to talk about her also. She's kind of in league with Sherry Tenpenny. Obviously, they were both on Stu Peters. Interesting name, too, right? Stu and Stella. Kind of on point. I'm a fan. Anyways, she goes on Stu Peters. Well, Stella Emanuel got famous originally because she was shouted out by Donald Trump, basically. She put out a video. I think I have it here. Yeah, this video right here. It's a really long one. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I just want to give you an idea of what happened. But this video was like tweeted out by Trump or retweeted or something like that.
Said is that I see people that cannot breathe. I see parents walk in. I see diabetics sit in my office knowing that this is a death sentence and they can't breathe. And I hug them and I tell them it's going to be okay. You're going to live. And we treat them and they live. None has died. So if some fake science, some person sponsored by all these fake pharma companies comes and say, oh, we've done studies and they found out that it doesn't work, I can tell you categorically it's fake science.
So what she was talking about here, give a little bit of context for the era. Trump was being told various different strategies that are being suggested for helping COVID get better. And one of the suggested strategies was using hydroxychloroquine with Z-Paks, I think it was. I forget the actual name of the medicine, but that was something that was being tested by scientists. And they said, yeah, sir, we're working on this. We're trying. And this is one of our possible things that we're looking at. And so he goes out there and he says, we're looking at things. We're trying to find solutions. Right now they're looking at hydroxychloroquine. I may not have said that. I may not have come out and suggested. Certainly not if I were Trump, because he's got a cult following who will just go drink it like from their fishbowl, because apparently the hydroxychloroquine is also a fishbowl cleaner or something. Anyways, trying to calm people's fears by saying we have some ideas, we're working on it, was 100% reasonable. It became unreasonable when he said this is the cure, and he refused to let up on it. He doesn't know how to say the words, I don't know, or I was wrong. Even when there's an evolving situation where we're learning things second by second, and Trump is like on, the tip of the spear. Experts from every field of science were in the Oval Office talking to the president, trying to help him handle this pandemic that was sweeping through the country. And they said, we're trying this, we're trying this, we're trying that. And he goes out there and says, these are the things we're trying. And instead of admitting that, these solutions didn't work, he doubled and tripled down on them. And people were unironically drinking hydroxychloroquine from like their fish bowl. So what was it? Hold on, let me find out what this was again. Okay, so hydroxychloroquine. Here's an article about it. Man dies, wife hospitalized from ingesting fish tank cleaner to prevent COVID-19. Hydroxychloroquine is commonly used for lupus, for treating lupus, I think. And it's also used to clean fish tanks. Well, one of these Trump supporters, sees the word hydroxychloroquine on their fish tank cleaner, drinks it, and then dies. Of course. All because Donald Trump said this is the cure, instead of saying, we're working on a number of things, just hold off and wait, and we'll update you as we go. So anyways, this woman here, Stella Emanuel, let's tie her back in. She goes out there and helps Trump double down and says, we are treating people with hydroxychloroquine and they are getting better. He retweeted this video of her. Seriously.
I want to know who is sponsoring that study. I want to know who is behind it. Because there is no way I can treat 350 patients and counting and nobody is dead and they all did better. And then you're going to tell me that you treated 20 people, 40 people and it didn't work. I'm a true testimony. So I came here to Washington, D.C. to tell America, nobody needs to get sick. This virus has a cure. It is called hydroxychloroquine, zinc, and Zithromax. I know you...
Zithromax, that's it. I think those are Z-Paks. That's like their brand name or whatever, Zithromax. Yeah, the suggestion was Z-Pak, Zithromax, and hydroxychloroquine together would cure it. That obviously didn't pan out. Just say okay and move on. These people can't do it. Honest to God doctor that we're listening to right now saying this stuff. So anyways, just like Cherry Tenpenny, I want to show you what Stella Emanuel is about and what she had to say. By the way, I didn't even mention quantum entanglement from Cherry Tenpenny. I didn't even want to go down that road. But quantum, anything with the word quantum in it, be skeptical, because people use that as a buzzword, especially like charlatans. Anything with the word quantum in it is like some mystical cure that, scientists are just discovering or some other. It's just insane. It's just new age nonsense. Quantum mechanics, quantum physics are legitimate studies in science. When people like this talk about quantum anything, it's nonsense. Okay, yeah, check this one out. This is from mid-October 2021 on Stu Peters.
To give breath to the clones, to the images,
to give breath to the clones.
That they will cause all those that will not take the mark to be killed. Just like you're saying, I want to assassinate those that will not take the mark, the number of the beast, or the name.
Those who will not take the mark, the number of the beast. She's talking about the vaccine. Her accent is a little heavy, so I'm going to try to clear it up.
Or the name of the beast. I don't think the mark is right now, but we're dealing with the number of the beast and the name of the beast. The Moderna vaccine.
We're dealing with the number of the beast and the name of the beast. The Moderna vaccine
has luciferase, which is the name of the beast.
Luciferase. It has luciferase in it. Oh my God. This is such an old conspiracy theory. I've heard this over the years. It's insane. Everything that people don't like has luciferase in it. I believe luciferase is an actual substance. Lucifer means light bringer. It means like luminary, luna, light. That's what it means. Anytime that, this is just a standard part of language. Anytime they see anything with Lucifer in it, they just lose their minds. Did anything even have luciferase in it? I doubt it. I doubt it to the bottom of my heart that it had luciferase. Luciferin. Okay, here's a Reuters fact check article on it. Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine does not contain luciferin or luciferase. This was released May 6, 2021, updated 3 years ago, apparently. The novel coronavirus vaccine manufactured by Moderna does not contain luciferin, an organic compound involved in bioluminescence. Hence the word Lucifer, light, bioluminescence. That means like you're lighting up. Like fireflies are exhibiting signs of bioluminescence because they're lighting up, right? Or the enzyme luciferase, contrary to claims on social media. While luciferase was involved in some COVID-19 research in the summer of 2020, none of the available vaccines contain either ingredient. Suggesting a satanic link, a post on Facebook reads, Moderna vaccine contains luciferin in 66.6 solution. You can't make this stuff up. So that's what she's talking about, if you were curious. You can make it up, and they literally did. This is completely fabricated.
Vaccine has luciferase, which is the name of the beast. Everything about this vaccine has 666, which is the number of the beast. So these clones are...
Seriously, doctor. She's a doctor. Full-blown, legit doctor. This just goes to show you that you can go through school and have an education and still be dumb as dog at the end.
666, which is the number of the beast. So these clones are the devil has power to give life to the image, the clones, that they will cause people in the hospital to die. They will not give them medicine. They will make stupid laws. They will lock down cities. They will make children get sacrificed.
They'll make children get sacrificed. They'll make stupid laws, lock down cities. Like what? What does she mean, sacrifice children, I wonder?
The evil that is going on is not human evil.
The evil isn't human evil. It's got to be satanic, okay?
The technology that we're calling science is Nephilim technology, is demonic technology.
Nephilim technology. Weren't Nephilim the product of angels basically marrying and sleeping with or impregnating humans? Isn't that what it was? Nephilim? Apparently angels are still coming around doing that, okay? Where's my angel when I need one? Just kidding. She's sitting on the couch behind me. Just a little more context for who Stella Emanuel is. Both she and Sherry Tenpenny are unglued from reality to a degree that I can't even touch, obviously. Talking about how we're going to be like avatars in a matrix in the metaverse and 5G magnetic and blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. Now listen to this one right here. This one is from mid-October 2021, same as last one.
So one of the answers would be, don't have gay sex, repent.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me give you a little bit of context for what was happening at the moment. Monkeypox was becoming a problem, and people were a little bit concerned about it. It was shortly after COVID made its appearance, and we were trying to learn to live with it, basically. And It was sweeping through all kinds of communities, but the black community was hit really hard, disproportionately harder than the white community by COVID for a variety of reasons, because they have a lower income, a lower net worth on average than white people, which means that they had to go into work despite the fact that COVID was happening and things like that. And that meant that they were more susceptible to being around it and stuff like that. So because of factors outside of the black community's control, they were hit disproportionately hard by COVID. And in the same way, the gay community was hit disproportionately hard by monkeypox. Not because, gay people are just susceptible to it and straight people aren't, but because of factors outside of their control. They were hit hard by it, basically. And it became a big conspiracy theory, of course, as always. So Stu Peters, hating gay people as he does, decided to get Stella Emanuel, doctor, on to talk about this.
So one of the answers would be, don't have gay sex, repent from your homosexual lifestyle, and go find Jesus.
Right, because that will absolutely and without a shadow of a doubt cure HIV, AIDS, and monkeypox, right? As if straight people don't get these diseases. So if black people just stayed home, then COVID wouldn't have been a problem. Like, that's the line of thinking that they're using right now. It's insane.
Because the real pandemic here is promiscuous sex among gay men at sex orgies and participating in satanic depravity. So stop that. As a matter of fact, we should make a law against homosexual sex. We should just say that that's not allowed. It's a criminal offense, and we should lock these people up. Another answer.
That is insane. Are you kidding me? What happened to freedom? I thought Republicans were all about freedom. These people were never about freedom. It was always about controlling people that they don't like. That was always part of the agenda that Stu Peters has pushed since the beginning. That is psychotic.
That
should happen, yes.
Yeah, yes, it should happen.
Yeah, so anyways, just disgusting, man. Absolutely disgusting. These people are terrible. I am glad to see that their predictions have fallen flat. It didn't turn out to be the mark of the beast like she claimed it was. We didn't lose 5 to 10 personal friends in our lives to the vaccine, like Sherry Tenpenny said. The German data never showed that anybody over 30 who's fully vaccinated was going to be dead or have full-blown vaccine-induced AIDS, whatever the hell that means, by the end of 2022. Like, all of this is made up all along. It was all fabricated. And I'm here for every second of it. I love watching these people fail, especially when it comes to, like, bizarre stuff, like being magnetized. I love everything about it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Stu should change his last name to Pidity. Right, stupidity. Oh, dude. Stu Peters is psychotic on levels I can't touch. Like, the hate and vitriol in that guy is scary. And it's not stupidity. What is it? It's willful ignorance, complete rejection of factual information at any cost. I don't know. It's something beyond just being stupid. There's something else there with Stu Peters that I can't put my finger on. And just like, God, the hatefulness in him is crazy. Oh, yeah, here we go. One more example of who Stu Peters is. I mean, I know this wasn't even about Stu Peters, but, might as well mention it since we're talking about him. I don't know if I've ever played this clip before. This is from October 11th, 2023, 5 days after Hamas attacked Israel, okay? At this moment, everybody was rallying around Israel because they suffered a brutal attack. It made sense to mourn for innocent Israelis suffering at the hands of terrorists. Now listen to what Stu Peters had to say at the moment.
We put Israel in the region to basically stir everything up, and they are resentful about the fact that Israel is there mucking with all of their relations and imposing everything on them, and it's just, they're an instigator. And they, not to mention the age-old fact that, yeah, they literally are the ones who killed Christ. I think we talked about this the last time I was on, and
You know, that was literally one of the justifications that Hitler gave for attacking Jews, because they killed Jesus. That was one of the ways in which he got people whipped into a blood frenzy. It is psychotic to me to hear somebody using this same argument today. They were correct in that Israel is hurting people in unjustified ways, the Israeli government. But they're taking it an additional step. They're saying Jews are evil, Jews are causing problems, and Jews killed Jesus, so they don't deserve to exist or whatever. That is insane.
About this the last time I was on, and read Matthew 27. They say that we are responsible and our kids will be responsible and our progeny will be responsible.
Dude, they had this graphic queued up and ready to go. As soon as he said it, they popped that graphic up with like the circles or the square, red square around it and everything. They had it outlined what they were going to talk about already going into this. Stu Peters completely and totally 100% agrees with this assessment. Otherwise, A, he wouldn't have him on. B, he wouldn't be nodding his head like a bobblehead. And C, they wouldn't have had this graphic like pre-prepared for this speech. This guy is repeating Stu Peters' ideals.
Progeny will be responsible for the death of Jesus. That's kind of what I was alluding to. But they are pushing buttons. They are causing problems in the region.
Anyways, it just simply psychotic and sad. Stu Peters is a new level of hateful and vitriolic. Dude used to be a bounty hunter back in the day. I guess something like Dog the Bounty Hunter, if you will. If you don't know what a bounty hunter is, they're just people who bail other people out of jail. They put the money up to get them out, and then that person pays the money back to the bailer, like the person who bailed them out. The bondsman, bail bondsman. And if the person shows up to court, then the bail bondsman also gets his money back that he put up. So he's getting double the money. He's getting it from the courts for making sure this person shows up, and he's getting it from the person. Somebody becomes a bounty hunter when, somebody skips bail and they just don't show up for court. Now you're a bounty hunter and you're going out hunting for this person to collect the bounty on them, basically. That's what Stu Peters did. He ran a bail bondsman bounty hunting service or whatever before becoming a professional nut job. Stu Peters is gigantic too, by the way, like significantly larger than me. He's got 600,000 Rumble subbies, not just YouTube subbies, but he wouldn't even be allowed on YouTube, but Rumble subbies. Rumble has a significantly smaller user base than YouTube, so 500 or 600,000 subbies on there is far more impressive than the same number on YouTube. Far more impressive. He's got a whole podcast network that he runs, a big company. It's crazy. He's extremely influential. Why would they be mad about Jews killing Jesus? According to God's plan, Jesus had to die to be our savior. Absolutely agree. It's a nonsensical excuse to get people whipped into a blood frenzy, to make them angry. That's it. It's just a way of demonizing a group of people you don't like. Jews were following through with God's plan. You're absolutely correct on that point. If the narrative is to be, the biblical narrative is to be accepted. Besides that, Rome killed Jesus. Rome did the executions. There's one gospel out of the other four, I think, that says that Pontius Pilate washed his hands of it and said, you guys are to blame for this, not us. That was added after the fact when Christians were trying to drum up support and vitriol against Jewish people. So anyway, it's just insane, man. Just insane.